And thank you, Celia, for those beautiful prayers you're giving every week. Can I encourage everyone, please, to make sure our children are using these prayers? It's really important that these young people know that we are in Lent, that we are on that journey together. So thank you, Celia, for that beautiful prayer this morning. Well, what a week last week was. Thank you for your help in getting the kids back and settled in quickly. I can see that there are things we still need to work on, and our high standards, particularly in regard to uniform, will need to be picked up on, but we'll get there, particularly when shops begin to reopen again. Thank you too for Parents' Evening. I know there are always some issues working remotely, but I certainly do like this way of working. And as we come out of the restrictions, it'll be good for us just to stop and think about what we keep and what we lose that we've learned throughout this process. We also had our friendship afternoon last week. Now, with almost 200 people on a Zoom meeting, it was quite a challenge. Now, I've always declared myself quite a technically savvy person, but this event really even pushed my skills to the limit. However, anything technical can be surpassed if you have a Christine. Christine could just take it all in her stride, and the show just goes on. She's extremely good like that. So thank you, Christine, for running that evening and for coping with all the panic that's going on in the background. And thank you to those of you, those many people of you that have helped with the event, and for giving those virtual lessons that you taught, regardless of how many year sixes were dipping in and out. It's really important that we maintain the year six numbers, so that everything you have done last week was absolutely vital, and I thank you sincerely for that. So moving on to this week, we have a number of staff out this week, and we are still at the same time running lateral flow tests for all students. We start to round them off this week when they get their third tests, and then excuse me, later on in the week they'll be given their home testing kits in tutor time. And they'll be given little pieces of paper that show them how they log their results at home. Please don't forget to log your own results at home. When you do, you probably realize you have to put the name of the school down. And I've got this funny feeling that what they will do is monitor how many of the school are being used and then replace those that are using them. So please do your own tests and log the results.
Hi everybody, this is a quick update about the library. A lot of you have asked what's happening with the library, and I'm very, very pleased to confirm with the English team that we have a plan to reopen our grand reopening for our library after Easter. The library will be moving to the staff seminar room, which is just upstairs the staff centre. We are going to move all our fiction book to the seminar room after Easter, and the room will be redecorated. Thank you, David, and the caretaker team for the new carpet and the lights. That's really nice. And the boxing as well of all our books. So all the fiction book will be moving to the staff seminar room. The non-fiction book will remain into the sixth form centre, which will be used for the A-level. Some of the non-fiction book, reference books, might go back to your department. That means if you want to have a look in there before they get boxed in, go and have a really good look about what is relevant to your subject. There are loads of books out there that are very out of date. That's why we are not going to keep many of the reference books. However, a lot of them will be relevant to your subject. So if you want to take some of those books back into your department, that would be really useful if you could do that, so we can scan them out and make sure that they sit with you in the department. Those who are A-level specific can stay in the current library, because they will be used by the sixth form. So anything to do with politics, sociology, psychology, or things that you want our sixth form to access, that's not going to change. That's going to remain where it is. They might be relocated inside the sixth form study room, but it won't be coming out. Okay, so it's only for books that are non-reference books, that are a little bit for Key Stage 3, Key Stage 4, and there might be stuff that are still relevant and stuff that really are not relevant because the curriculum has changed, or maybe the data is out of date. So really, if you're head of department or subject teacher, please go and have a look. And if you would like to take some books into your department, we will need to scan them out. Okay, so they will need to come out of the system so you can take them. The fiction book will go into the seminar room. We are asking all the students in form time this week to return their borrowed books from the first lockdown one, believe it or not, that's a year ago. Some students have been sitting, most of the students have been sitting with their books at home. We've had about 225 books borrowed before lockdown one. So we are waiting for about 200 books to come back. Some have already come back and we have scanned them back in, but some are still outstanding. So please ask your form this week, return your books into the box. The box will be wheeled out outside Bethany, just to make sure that it's COVID safe. The box that is on wheels normally for the return of books, which is normally inside the library, the caretaker are kindly going to put this outside the Bethany canopy, so that it's weatherproof. In the morning, it will be outside, and after the last lesson, it will be sleeping into the Bethany for decontamination. And then what we will do, we will wait a few days and we will scan the books back into the system. Once we have the books back in, our lovely English department is going to allow our students to borrow books into their lessons. So students who are disadvantaged and can't actually access literacy, can't access books, we're going to have a system where they can borrow some books for the time being. Once all of these go back to normal and the library reopens fully after Easter, we are hoping that we will be able to use the English lessons maybe to go and borrow some books, but we also be able to open it maybe at break time or lunchtime, where students will be able to go in bubbles. So one day will be specifically allocated to a year group to go and borrow a book or return the book as we normally would do. But it will have to be done on a rotation basis to keep things COVID safe. If students in your form have borrowed a book, but they can't find it and they lost it, we might have to replace the book. Therefore, they might have to be invoiced for this book. In that case, just say to your tutees, can you email Miss Claro, or can you write the name on the post-it notes and put the post-it notes on my desk so I know this child has a book but can't find it. And then leave that with me, and then we'll try to manage how we're going to do this with the students. Hopefully that helps. We're very, very excited to reopen our library and promote literacy and reading for pleasure. I know it's been difficult with the COVID restriction and everything, but we're trying our best. So thank you, English team. Thank you, English department. Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Louise. Thank you, Kat. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Marion. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, all of these lovely team for helping us with this. And also thank you, caretaker team, for helping us to move all of these books. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Sue and Jane, for helping scanning the books in and out, and for training me to scan books. Whoop, whoop. I feel very powerful now. I can scan books. Fantastic. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.
Now, this week, the calendar says it will be Year 8 retreats, but this will be limited to Year 8 lessons only in RE. So we will not impact other lessons on those days. Those retreats may fall later in the year, but they just haven't had the planning time to run the retreats as they are. Can I please ask your help with the Lenten Challenge? Now, there's lots of mileage coming in. We are now almost past Turkey on our journey to Australia. If we keep going at the pace we've done, then we could reach Australia by Easter. We may have to push over the Easter holidays. So please, A, get your tutor groups active and keeping hold of their mileage, and just get it uploaded to the Padlet, because it's going really well, that bit. But please, can you push the money side of it? It is a fundraising activity. And as of Friday, we had 11 contributions online, 11 or 12, I think. 6 of those were staff. So I did a fresh push over the weekend with parents. We've had a few more coming in. We've got about £300 now. But if we can please encourage these families, they should at least be giving a £5 each, to get up online, get to the crowdfunding and start getting the money in so we can raise this money. This is going to be annually. Easter's going to be the time, Lent is going to be the time where we raise money. Next year, I want to raise money to get our kids to Lourdes. So if everyone knows these two weeks, these 5 weeks are the period of time we're raising money, please join in with that. It'll be great at some tutor times. I see some tutor groups going around the school raising money, trying to get the mileage going, and they can clock it on their phones, get it up to our Padlet, and then we can start to push forward that way. Thank you all very much for your help with that. Right, let's keep going. Good luck to everyone this week, and I'll be in touch by the end of the week. God bless.